Good morning, kids. I believe you all are spending your time wisely. Come, let's learn today something very interesting. Before we start, I would like to ask you a few questions. Please try to recollect, think, and then answer. I'm sure all of you know your grandfather's name. But do you know your great grandfather's name? Are you thinking hard? Well, do you know from where exactly you are coming, which is your native place? What was your great grandfather's occupation? These questions sounds very interesting and makes you curious. Have you ever wondered who were the first people to settle in India? What was their occupation? To answer all these questions, today we are going to read, listen, and understand about our ancient civilization, one of the first or the oldest civilization of India and Pakistan too, and that's Indus Valley Civilization or Harappan Civilization. So kids, today in our history class, we are going to learn about Indus Valley Civilization, about the location, how historians excavated this place, about the main characteristics of the Indus Valley Civilization, like town planning, their building systems, the great drainage system, great bath, the trade, the agricultural, the way they domesticated animals, transport, religion, and many other interesting facts. And we will also learn how this Indus Valley civilization declined. What was the cause for it? So, kids, please pay careful attention to the video. Try to listen, give your 100% attendance, attend the video carefully, listen to it, and let's learn in detail about the great Indus Valley civilization.
The discovery of the ancient ruins of Harappa was done by Dayaram Sahani and Rakhaldas Banerjee. You can see his image. This is the great Indus Valley civilization. These are the images of Indus Valley civilization, and the civilization flourished in India about 4500 years ago. The excavation of the ruins of the highly planned cities of this Harappa and Mohenjo-daro planned was pushed back the history of India by almost 2000 years. Kids, you will be really surprised to know that 4005 years ago the Indus Valley civilization existed, and you can see how beautifully the planning has been done. This is actually done in Bronze Age. Kids, I'm sure you know Old Stone Age, Bronze Age, and Iron Age. Since no traces of iron was found, we believe that this civilization belonged to Bronze Age. Now, Mohenjo-daro means Mound of the Dead. Now, it is located on the banks of the river Indus in the Larkana district of Sindh, and Harappa is situated on the banks of the river Ravi. For a lot of years, children, it was believed that this Indus Valley civilization was confined to only to the valleys of the Indus and its tributaries. But later on, after many excavations, we realized that Indus Valley is extended to many parts of northern and western India. Around 2,800 sites have been discovered so far, making the Indus Valley civilization the largest civilization of the ancient world and well organized civilization too. The principal cities of this civilization were first discovered around the river Indus and its tributaries. That is why it is called as Indus Valley civilization. This excavations proves one thing. 4500 years ago, highly civilized people lived in this region and gave to the world its earliest cities, its first town planning. Children, you will be astonished to see the architecture in stone and clay, and the best example of sanitary engineering and a drainage system which tells us how public health and hygienic they were, how carefully and how consciously they were keeping their society clean. Now let's have a look at town planning. Town planning of Indus Valley cities were very well planned and followed a grid system. The main roads were straight and very wide. Now we are looking at the architecture, which is divided into two parts: dwelling houses and public buildings. Dwelling houses, as you can look at the screen right now, has a large block of houses which were built along the sides of the streets. I told you the streets were cut at right angles, okay, by smaller streets. Now they were of different size. Some were like palaces, while others had only two small rooms. They were made of baked bricks of very good quality. The bricks of that time, that is 4,500 years ago, the brick was of the excellent quality. An average house had a courtyard surrounded by rooms. You can see there a bathroom, a kitchen, and a well. And there is a small narrow staircase which you can right now see on the screen, kids. Yes, a staircase that led to the room upstairs. The next beautiful thing that we are going to see is the great granary at Harappa. This was a large building, and this was used to store surplus food grains. Like nowadays we store surplus things in the refrigerator. There were two rows of granaries. You can see that there are two rows. Each row has 6 granaries. A similar granary has been found even in Mohenjo-daro. All the granaries were built close to the river bank. You know why? Because I told you, because during it is good and it is easy to transport with the help of boats. Near the great granary in Harappa, circular brick platforms have been found, which is maybe for threshing the grains. Now, the most interesting thing of the Indus Valley civilization, the Great Bath. I'm sure all of you love to swim in the swimming pool. And can you imagine, kids, 4,500 years ago also, people loved to swim, and they made such a beautiful large swimming pool. It had 6 entrances and a central bathing pool. Galleries are there, and very surprising is proper dressing room. 2 flights of steps led to the bottom of the pool, which you can right now see on the screen. The Great Bath was probably used during religious ceremonies. Children, I'm sure you all are aware of the parish hall, our school new hall. Same way they had the assembly hall, which was another striking building found in Mohenjo-daro. It was a pillared hall with thick walls and 20 pillars made of excellent baked bricks. And this assembly hall was maybe used as a prayer hall or maybe was a palace. You can have a look at the picture, how beautifully it is designed. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Today we are facing so many problems, so many viruses. That's maybe because of unhygienic condition. The cities of the Indus Valley civilization had a very excellent and well planned drainage system. Now imagine, just think that there were 2 types of drains. One in the house, okay, and it is below the kitchen and the bathroom, and the other one along the street, and it got connected. They too had manholes, and they were inspected at regular intervals. So the drainage system tells us that the Indus Valley people paid great attention to sanitation and cleanliness. Here we go to the social structure. I'm sure you all are fascinated to see the beautiful jewelry on the picture. Yes, these were the dress and ornaments worn by the Harappan people. They wore cotton and woolen garments. The men wore a garment similar to the dhoti, while the women wore skirts. The beautiful necklaces that you can see in the pic. Men kept beards. Their hair was combed backwards. The women probably tied their hair tightly. As I'm talking about this, let me also emphasize more on the food. Wheat was a staple food. Farmers grew barley, mustard, fruits, and many vegetables. Milk, meat, fish, and eggs formed a part of their diet. That again tells us that they had balanced diet. They had healthy food which kept them healthy. The drainage system tells us how much of attention they gave to sanitation and cleanliness. These people, that is the reason I told you in the beginning, They were well matured, very intelligent, and they thought and they planned of everything, whether it is sanitation, whether it is cleanliness, even with regards to food. I told you they had all types of vegetables, fruits, milk, meat, fish, and eggs. Wheat was a staple food which all of us know, which is very good for our health. So, kids, so far we have covered the social structure. Now, in the coming videos, we are going to see their occupation. Kids, let's have a look at the occupation. Like, still now, agriculture is the main occupation of India. The main occupation of the people of the Indus Valley was farming. Farmers grew wheat, barley, fruits, and vegetables. As we all know, Indus Valley was situated close to the river, so the land was fertile and the farmers grew enough surplus food. When I say surplus food, I mean to say more than requirement to feed the people in towns and cities. They also domesticated animals. They took care of goats, sheep, buffaloes, elephants, and humped bulls. Dogs and cats were also kept as pets. Now let's have a look at the art and craft. Indus Valley people were excellent potters. You know, they made wonderful pots, wonderful statues, and seals. When we look at the trade, the Indus Valley people carried on flourishing trade both within and outside India. They traded with countries like Mesopotamia, Persia, and Afghanistan. A variety of weights and measures were used, and trade was probably carried out by barter system. You're looking at a statue right now. This is a bronze statue of the dancing girl from Harappa. Now, kids, you will be wondering how Miss knows so many things, or how the historians came to know so many things about the Indus Valley civilization. Thanks to the seals. More than 2000 seals have been unearthed or excavated from various sites. And the seals were generally small, flat, rectangular, or square in shape. And they are made of clay or copper or soapstone. On the seals, lot of figures of humans or animals or even unicorn or humped bull, goat, tiger, elephant were all stamped. Seals are very important source of information for an historian, and I'm sure even for you being a history student. Now let's come back to the recreation. We all love to play games. Indus Valley civilization people also had entertainment and enjoyment in their life. They played a lot of game. In fact, the dice that you use right now is not discovered or invented now. It was used by the people of Indus Valley. They also played a game similar to modern chess. The children played a lot of game with various toys like wheeled carts, dolls, animals, movable heads, sliding monkeys, and so on. The toys were very strong and of very good quality because they were generally made of baked clay or terracotta. Come back to the religion now. Children, these people were very religious. You know, they believed in different types of god like rain god, sun god, and they prayed to most of the gods on some seals, and this figure is often referred to as Pashupati. The people tree was probably considered as a very sacred, and the tree was worshipped. The discovery of a large number of amulets tells us that they believed in lucky charms to ward off evil spirits, and they too believed in life after death, so they buried their dead with items of food, utensils, and ornaments. Sometimes they cremated the dead children and kept the ashes or bones in an urn or in a small vessel along with the times of daily use. The Indus Valley civilization, which flourished for about 1000 years, too came to an abrupt end. Historians and scholars have a lot of views. There are various theories to explain its collapse, but there are three main things that we have to take it into consideration. Some historians and scholars believe that it is due to natural calamities like earthquakes, floods, or epidemics that may have destroyed the cities. The second reason might be invasion by foreign tribes like the Aryans, because after the Harappan civilization, we had Aryan civilization. So they believe that maybe this Aryan civilization's entry may have led to its destruction. And the third point, very important point, is River Indus. A change in the course of this river Indus may have made the land infertile, and all of us know in the previous topic we saw, because of the fertility, okay, they settled close to river Indus and its tributaries so that they can do agriculture. So because of the change in the course of this river may also have led, okay, for them to go and settle in some other place. The Indus Valley civilization is India's earliest known urban civilization, okay, and it, as we all saw, the town planning or the Great Bath or the trade system or the seals or anything for that matter that tells us or it brings us a feeling of great pride in our ancient and glorious past. Yes, the Harappan cities may be in ruins now, but the reconstruction or rediscovery of our ancient culture brought a kind of a happiness to us, and it has made us aware how well organized and intelligent our ancestors were.
So kids, I'm sure you all enjoyed learning about the Indus Valley civilization. I believe you understood the topic. Please read the lesson carefully. This people or the Indus Valley civilization tells us many important things. First and foremost, see how well organized these people were. They were very intelligent and very hardworking. In those days, when there was no electronical appliances or gadgets, still see the way they organized their town planning method or Great Bath or anything you take it as an example. See how well organized and well planned their system was. So kids, please read the lesson carefully and learn the lesson and improve your knowledge. Thank you.